Well, that was an interesting first segment to my Thanksgiving Day special. We did Press Your Luck for the DOS, and the computer player and I tied at $0 apiece, because in the second question round we got no spins. Ugh. That has never happened before on my channel. So, let's turn our luck around in Jeopardy featuring Alex Trebek for the DOS. We'll do expert this time around. Spacebar. And we're taking on Cheryl and Myrna.
Hi everyone and welcome to Jeopardy.
Let's see how this segment of my Thanksgiving Day special goes.
Here we go, round one.
Begin.
One daily number will appear on the board in these categories.
We're going to be dealing with political quotes, birds, botany, authors, game shows, and finally, toys and games. I like these categories. I'm going to keep them. Ready to begin, Obs? Yep, I'm going to begin with authors for 100. After marrying Eliza Stowe's widower, she had a daughter named Eliza and wrote a book about Eliza. Who is Harriet Beecher Stowe?
Yes.
Oh, I misspelled her last name. I rearranged the W and the E, but you know what? They still took it. Okay, go to the next one. Authors 200. Poet whose wife died after her dress caught fire while he worked on Tales of a Wayside Inn. I'm going to say who was Longfellow. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
Yes.
Let's take authors 300. Besides some songs, he wrote only one major poem, Tam O'Shanter, after age 27. Cheryl. Robert Burns, that was my guess.
You are correct.
Either him or Robert Frost. I had it between one of the two. Game shows 100. He gave up plans to become a doctor and became TV's big dealer. He unfortunately passed away recently. Who is Monty Hall?
You are correct.
Alright, I'll take game shows for 200. Show which asks its mystery guests to sign in, please. What is What's My Line?
You are correct.
Game shows for 300. Animal, vegetable, or mineral was usually the first question asked on this show. What is 20 questions?
You are correct.
Take game shows for 400. Up to $900 right now. Ray Combs' kisser was seen on this game's revival. What is Family Feud?
That's it.
Game shows 500. On the first version of this show, contestants wore sneakers to run faster, ring the bell, and give the answer. Cheryl. Name that tune?
That's it.
Wow, never knew that. Alright, Toys and Games 100. Only piece of equipment needed to play Mumblety Peg. What is a pocket knife?
Yes.
Toys and Games 200. A lot of money right now. Game where Colonel Mustard might have done it in the kitchen with a rope. What's Clue?
That's it.
Toys and Games 300. Spiritual game whose name came from combining the French and German for yes. What is Ouija?
That's it.
Toys and Games 400. Bar game in which you double on and double off. What is darts?
Yes.
And Toys and Games 500. Sheetrock used in manufacture of pool tables. What is slate?
That's it.
Up to $2,800, and I ran that category like it was nothing. Authors 400. Mark Twain's last home, Stormfield, named for one of his last characters, was in this state. What is Connecticut?
Yes.
Authors 500. His story, Music for Chameleons, is about a real-life friend who played Mozart for lizards. Truman Capote?
Right.
Yep. Birds 100. Today, Alcatraz hosts the world's 6th largest colonies of these seabirds. What are gulls?
Yes.
Birds 200. Of a covey, the cover, or covey, the one that's a group of partridges. What's a covey?
Yes.
Birds 300. Look at all that cash I'm piling up this game. Alright.
Yes.
$3,500 right now. How much of that do I want to risk? Let's make it a true to the double. Here's the clue. The process of cleaning and smoothing feathers with their bills is to birds what primping is to people. What is preening?
Right.
Putting me at $7,000. Birds 400. New species of this nocturnal predator are still being discovered at the rate of one every decade. What is an owl?
Right.
Correct. And birds for 500. Stubborn albatrosses that had to be removed from airstrips at Midway Island were nicknamed this. What are loony birds?
No, sorry, that is wrong.
Oh no. Boop. Nope.
No?
Oh, Ben, you're here?
Yeah, that's the
Hey, Ben.
no, sorry, that is wrong. The correct response is
Oh, Goonie birds, not loony birds. Oopsie daisy. Botany 100. Copra is the dried flesh of this nut. What is the Capri nut?
no?
Oh, it's the coconut. It's the coconut, isn't it? Yep.
Right.
Okay, botany 200. Longfellow spreading tree now battling extinction by blight. What is the chestnut tree?
Yes.
Botany 300. Okay. Favorite food of pandas. Favorite food of pandas. It's the world's largest grass. What is bamboo?
Right.
There are over 2,600 known species of this tree, which gives its name to springs and a beach. What is the palm?
You are correct.
And then botany for 500. The largest specimen of this tree has 350 large trunks and over 3,000 small ones.
That's it.
Alright, political quotes 100. 19th century writer Christopher North said, "The sun never sets on this." What is the empire?
No.
Ah, foop. Oh, the British Empire had to be more specific. Ah. John Gunther called it the only country deliberately founded on a good idea. The United States. I was going to say that, but I wasn't sure enough. Alright, 300. Russian leader who supposedly said, "The capitalists will sell us the rope with which we will hang them." Vladimir Lenin.
You are correct.
Yep. President who said the Americas are not to be considered as subjects for future colonization.
Right.
Senator Esai Hayakawa said, "We should keep this. After all, we stole it fair and square." Panama Canal?
That's it.
Yeah. Double Jeopardy time.
The double Jeopardy round. Here we go. Help me in one of these categories.
Gonna deal with the ocean, food, American authors, sports, islands, and finally, the 1970s. Alright. Start with Myrna. The 1970s 200. After he died January 13th, 1978, his widow Muriel was appointed to fill out his Senate term. Hubert Humphrey.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Sports 200. It's the run for the roses in the bluegrass state. What is the Kentucky Derby?
That's it.
Sports for 400. In Japan, its name is sumo. In nightclubs, its name is mud. What is wrestling?
Right.
Sports 600. Legendary site of the first baseball game in the Baseball Hall of Fame. What is Cooperstown?
Yes.
Sports 800. Her hairstyle and style on the ice made her famous in the 1976 Olympics. Who is Dorothy Hamill?
Yes.
Sports for 1,000. Great-grandson of Chief Black Hawk and one of the first in the NFL Hall of Fame. Who is Jim Thorpe or Red Grange? I'll say who is Jim Thorpe.
You are correct.
Wow! I just guessed on that one. Alright, let me have the 1970s for 400. He escaped 2 assassination attempts in 1975. Who's Gerald Ford?
That's it.
The 1970s 600. Daily double.
Yes.
We're gonna have $11,000. I'm just gonna do 1,000. On November 16th, 1973, President Nixon signed the bill authorizing construction of this 789-mile-long project. What is the Alaska Pipeline?
You are correct.
Yep. 1970s 800. In 1975, NASA launched Viking 1 and 2, and in 1977 launched 2 space probes with this name. What is Mercury?
No, sorry, that is wrong.
Oh, fool. Voyager, that's right.
You are correct.
'70s 1,000. In 1976, President Ford awarded this piano virtuoso the Medal of Freedom, the highest U.S. civilian honor. Who is... I'll just say Liberace, because I don't know.
No, sorry, that is wrong.
Didn't mean to buzz in. Arthur Rubinstein, that's right.
Yes.
The ocean, 200. At 35,800 feet below sea level, it is the deepest spot in the ocean. What's the Mariana Trench?
Right.
The ocean, 400. Or the islands, 1,000? The island of Eniwetok and the Bikini Atoll are part of this Pacific Island group. I'll say what's Polynesia. Or no, what are the, Marshall Islands, I guess.
Yes.
Islands 200. Largest island off Alaska's Pacific coast. The largest bear on Earth lives on and is named after it. What is Kodiak?
Right.
Islands 400. Papuans call this large island home. What is New Guinea?
That's it.
Island 600. Site of heavy action in World War II, the very small island of Corregidor is part of this country. Cheryl. The Philippines.
Yes.
Okay. The Ocean 400. The name for the tide-flowing sea word. What is ebb?
You are correct.
Islands 800. European country whose explorers discovered Borneo and Madeira about 1,500 years ago. What is Portugal?
Right.
And then the ocean for 600. Floating layer of microscopic marine life. It comes from the Greek word to wander. What is plankton?
You are correct.
The ocean 800. Starfish are threatening this famous Australian coral formation. What is the Great Barrier Reef?
That's it.
The ocean 1,000. Thinking it flowed west, Ben Franklin misnamed this Caribbean current.
You are correct.
Oh, okay. Food for 200. Spicy, icy Spanish tomato soup. What is gazpacho?
You are correct.
Food for 400. Term for pasta that remains firm to the teeth's touch. What's al dente?
Yes.
Food for 600. Dish made of meat and pastry and named for Napoleon's nemesis. What is beef Wellington?
Right.
Food for 800. The pavois in steak au pavois. What's pepper?
Right.
Food for 1,000. Main dish ordered most often in American restaurants. What's fried chicken?
Right.
So is it any wonder people are afraid of technology? Technology!
Technology! It can only mean one thing. We got MC Chap with us, kiddies. American authors 200. New York dentist whose Riders of the Purple Sage made him a popular Western novelist. Who's Louis L'Amour?
No.
Ah. Chap and his technology. Oh, Zane Grey, yeah.
You are correct.
Just 4 clues left remaining in Double Jeopardy. Punning author of light verse who wrote Cats Have Kittens, Bats Have Bittens. Leif Erikson.
No.
No, it wasn't him. Ogden Nash.
Yes.
Tom Wolfe wrote the Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test about the lifestyle of this Cuckoo's Nest author, who is Ken Kesey.
Yes.
2 clues left. One of them is the other Daily Double. 800. In Scoundrel Time, she chronicled the battle with McCarthyism of her lover, Dashiell Hammett, who was Lillian Hellman.
You are correct.
Now the last clue. Oh yeah, the last clue is mine because it's the other Daily Double, so Myrna is not moving on to Final Jeopardy.
Yes.
Okay, so I have 18,800. I'm going to do 1,200 on this clue. The film A Place in the Sun was based on his novel, An American Tragedy. I have no idea, so I'll just say who is MC Chat. Nope.
The correct response is
Theodore Dreiser. Oh, yeah. Alright, time for Final Jeopardy.
here is today's final Jeopardy category.
International cuisine. Okay. So, yeah, I'll do 2,400.
Final Jeopardy answer is
Popular in India, tandoori chicken is named for the tandoor, which is this. What is the tandoori oven?
what you put down as your response.
The tandoori oven.
You are correct.
Yep, and how much did you wager?
And your wager was
2,400, so you go up to 8,700. Or no, I got it right, I go up to 20 grand. Did Cheryl come up with tandoori oven? The oven, yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so I wager 2,400, I go up to 20
Your
grand.
wager was
4,530, so she's at 10,830, but I win the game with $20,000. We will go ahead and wrap it up for this video, and I'll see you all for the next part of my Thanksgiving Day special. Rearrange the double and the E, but you know what? They still took it. Okay, go to the next one. Authors 200. Poet whose wife died after her dress caught fire while he worked on Tales of a Wayside Inn. I'm going to say who was Longfellow. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
yes.
Let's take Authors 300. We'll do Expert this time around. Spacebar. And we're taking on Cheryl and Myrna.
Hi everyone and welcome to Jeopardy.
Let's see how this segment of my Thanksgiving Day special goes.
Here we go, round one.
Begin.
One daily double will appear on the board in these categories.
Besides some songs, he wrote only one major poem, Tam O'Shanter, after age 27. Cheryl. Robert Burns, that was my guess.
You are correct.
Either him or Robert Frost. I had it between one of the two. Game shows 100. He gave up plans to become a doctor and became TV's big dealer. Well, that was an interesting first segment to my Thanksgiving Day special. We did Press Your Luck for the DOS. And a computer player and I tied at $0 apiece. Because in the second question round, we got no spins. Ugh. That has never happened before on my channel. So, let's turn our luck around in Jeopardy featuring Alex Trebek for the DOS. We're going to be dealing with political quotes, birds, botany, authors, game shows, and finally, toys and games. I like these categories. I'm going to keep them. Ready to begin, Obs? Yep, I'm going to begin with authors for 100. After marrying Eliza Stowe's widower, she had a daughter named Eliza and wrote a book about Eliza. Who is Harriet Beecher Stowe?
Yes.
Oh, I misspelled her last name.